ኦኬ ወዲ ተማሪዎች እንኳን ወደ አሊ ሳይንስ ዩቲዩብ ቻናል በሰላም መጣችሁ። ዛሬ የ12ኛ ባዮሎጂ ትምህርት ላይ ከምዕራፍ 3 100 የፈተና ጥያቄዎች ከነመልሳቸው ኦን ኢነርጂ ትራንስፎርሜሽን ላይ በአማርኛ ቱቶሪያል እየቀርባለሁ። So our today tutorial is on biology grade 12 unit 3 100 exam question with answer on energy transformation tutorial in Amharic. So ይሄንን ቪዲዮ የምታዩበት ጊዜ VPN ማክፈቱ እንዳትረሱ። VPN ከከፈታችሁ ጥሩ ኳሊቲ ያለው ቪዲዮ ታገኛላችሁ ማለት ነው። VPN ማክፈቱ እንዳትረሱ። እንደዛውም ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ያላደረጋችሁ ዛሬው ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ አሊ ሳይንስ ዩቲዩብ ቻናል የሚለቀው ነገር ቶሎ እናንተ ጋር እንደሚደርስ ያርጉ ማለት ነው። ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ካደረጋችሁ እኔ የለቀኩት ነገር ቶሎ እናንተ ጋር ስለሚደርስ ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ አሊ ሳይንስ ዩቲዩብ ቻናል ጎን ሁኑ ማለት ይፈልጋሉ። እንደዛውም ይሄንን ቪዲዮ የምታዩበት ጊዜ VPN ከፍታችሁ እንድታዩ ጥሩ ቪዲዮ ኳሊቲ ያለው ቪዲዮ እንድታገኙ በአክብሮት ይጠይቃችኋለሁ። VPN ማክፈቱን እንዳትረሱ። So let us start our today tutorial on unit 3 100 exam question with answer on energy transformation of biology grade 12. The instructions say that choose the best answer for a questions for a given from a given alternative. ከተሰጣችሁ ምርጫችሁ ውስጥ ምርጫ ውስጥ ትክክለኛ የሆነ መልስ ምረጡ ይላል። Question number 1, which one of the following is the sum of all chemical reaction within an organism? አንድ ህይወት ያለው ኦርጋኒዝም ውስጥ ሁሉም ኬሚካል ሪአክሽን በአጠቃላይ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃሉ ይላል። So the answer will be C, metabolism. Means that metabolism encompasses all chemical reaction within the cell, both including both anabolic and catabolic processes. Question number 2, what are the basic reactants for photosynthesis? And photosynthesis ለማካሄድ reactantoቹ basic reactants የሚባሉት እነማን ናቸው ይላል። So that should be B, water, sunlight, chlorophyll and carbon dioxide. Means that the basic requirement for photosynthesis are water. ስለዚህ አንድ ፎቶሲንተሲስ ለማከናወን raw materials የምንላቸው የሚያስፈልጉ ነገሮች ውሃ፣ ፀሐይ ብርሃን፣ chlorophyll እና carbon dioxide ናቸው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እነኚህ አንድ ግሉኮስ ፕሮዲዩስ ለማድረግ እና ኦክሲጅን ፕሮዲዩስ ለማድረግ ፎቶሲንተሲስ ለማካሄድ እነኚህ raw materials ናቸው ማለት ነው። Question number 3, which of the following is destructive reaction that converts nutrient to energy? ኑትሪንትን ወደ ኤነርጂ ኮንቨርት የሚያደርግ destructive reaction የሚባለው የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be A, catabolism. Means that catabolism reaction break down complex molecule into simpler ones, releasing energy. It is also destructive reaction that convert nutrient into energy. Question number 4, which one of the following is correct about anabolism? ስለ anabolism ከመከተሉት ስለ anabolism ትክክለኛ የሆነ የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be C, synthesis of complex molecule. Means that anabolism involve building up complex molecules from simpler ones and require energy. Question number 5, which process occurs in stroma of chloroplast? ከመከተሉት ሂደቶች stroma የክሎሮፕላስት stroma chloroplast ውስጥ የሚካሄደው የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be D, light independent reaction. Means that the Kelvin cycle or light independent reaction where carbon fixation occurs take place in stroma of chloroplast. Question number 6, which of the following organisms are not considered photoautotrophs? ከሚከተሉት ኦርጋኒዝሞች photoautotrophs ያልሆኑ የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be C, fungus or fungi. Fungi do not perform photosynthesis. They obtain nutrient from the other source. ከናፎ ስለዚህ ፈንገሶች ፎቶሲንተሲስ ማካሄድ ስለማይችሉ ከሌላ ኒውትሪየንቶች ኦክሲዳይዝ በማድረግ የራሳቸው ምግብ ያገኛሉ ማለት ነው። ፎቶሲንተሲስ አካሄዱም ማለት ነው። Question number 7, which one of the following is characteristics of catabolism? ከሚከተሉት ስለ catabolism ባህሪ የሆነው የትኛው ይላል። So that should be D, is an exergonic reaction. Means that catabolism is an exergonic reaction that break down large molecule into smaller ones, releasing energy. ስለዚህ ኤ እስከ ሲ ያሉ ስለ አናቦሊክ ይገልጻሉ ማለት ነው። ዲ ነው ማለት ነው ካታቦሊዝም። question number 8 which of the following is not reason why photosynthesis is important? ከሚከተሉት የፎቶሲንተሲስ ምክንያት ትክክለኛ የፎቶሲንተሲስ አስፈላጊነት ያልሆነው reason የቱ ነው ላል so that should be C leads to destruction of chlorophyll. Means that photosynthesis does not destroy chlorophyll, it uses it to absorb sunlight energy. Photosynthesis chlorophyll destroy ያደርገው chlorophyll እንደውም chlorophyll በመጠቀም የሰን ላይት ብርሃንን ኤነርጂው አብዞርብ ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። question number 9 which one of the following is the main function of stomata in a leaf? ቅጠሎች ውስጥ የስቶማታ ስራው ዋነኛው ስራው ምንድነው ላል so that should be A to allow entry of carbon dioxide. Means that stomata are small pores that enables gas exchange, allowing carbon dioxide to enter for photosynthesis. stomata small pores ነው ቅጠሎች ላይ ያለው ትንሽ ቀዳዳ ናቸው። እነሱም ጋዞች የሚገቡበትና የሚወጡበት ለፎቶሲንተሲስ በተለይ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ የሚገባበት ቀዳዳ ነው ማለት ነው። question number 10 from the following where is highest density of chloroplast found in a plant? ከሚከተሉት በአብዛኛው ክሎሮፕላስት እጽዋቶች ውስጥ የሚገኝ የትኛው ቦታ ላይ ነው ላል so that should be B mesophyll. Means that mesophyll cells, especially palisade mesophyll, have high concentration of chloroplast for photosynthesis. question number 11 which one of the following is an example of an anabolic process? ከሚከተሉት የአናቦሊክ ፕሮሰስ ምሳሌ የሆነው የትኛው ነው ላል so that should be A protein synthesis. Means that protein synthesis is an anabolic process where amino acids are joined to form proteins. question number 12 in which of the following process is energy released? ከሚከተሉት ሂደቶች ኢነርጂ የሚለቅ ፕሮሰስ የትኛው ነው ላል so that should be B catabolism. Means that catabolic reaction release energy by break down complex molecules, while photosynthesis creates energy. It is not directly releasing energy from the breakdown of molecules, and also cellular respiration is a process that releases energy. It is a specific type of catabolism. አሁን እዚህ ላይ በደንብ ማት ያለብን ምንድነው ካታቦሊዝም ኤነርጂ ይለቃል፣ እንደዛውም ፎቶሲንተሲስ ኤነርጂ ያዘጋጃል፣ ግን ክሬት ያደርጋል፣ ግን ቀጥታ ከኦርጋኒክ ከላርጅ ሞለኪውልስ ብሬክዳውን በመሰባበር ኤነርጂ አይለቅም። ሴሉላር ሬስፓይሬሽንም ኤነርጂ ይለቃል፣ ግን ከካታቦሊዝም አይነቱ አንድ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ሴሉላር ሬስፓይሬሽን ካታቦሊዝም ስል ይመደባል። ስለዚህ በአጠቃላይ መልሱ ምን ይሆናል ማለት ነው? ካታቦሊዝም ይሆናል። ካታቦሊዝም ሴሉላር ሬስፓይሬሽን በውስጥ ያቀፈኝ ስለሆነ ማለት ነው። ፎቶሲንተሲስ በቀጥታ ኤነርጂ ሪሊዝ ስለማይደርግ አይሆንም ማለት ነው። so that should be catabolism perfectly. question number 13 during photosynthesis oxygen is produced as a byproduct in which part of chloroplast? በፎቶሲንተሲስ ጊዜ ኦክሲጂን ይመረታል። ስለዚህ ኦክሲጂን ባይፕሮዳክት ፓርት የትኛው የክሎሮፕላስት ፓርት ውስጥ ኦክሲጂን ይመረታል ይላል so that should be B thalakone. Means that oxygen is produced during light dependent reaction in thalakone lumen. question number 14 what is the main role of chlorophyll in photosynthesis? በፎቶሲንተሲስ ጊዜ ዋነኛው የክሎሮፊል ስራው ምንድነው ላል so that should be D absorb sunlight. Means that chlorophyll absorb light energy which is then used to drive light dependent reaction. question number 15 which type of mesophyll cell contain more chloroplast? ከሜሶፊል ሴሎች በአብዛኛው ክሎሮፕላስት በብዛት የሚገኝበት ሴል ምን ይባላል? so that should be B palisade mesophyll. Means the palisade mesophyll cells are located near the surface of leaves and have more chloroplast for photosynthesis. question number 16 what is the main benefit of flatness of most leaves? አብዛኛው ቅጠሎች ፍላት ናቸው። ይሄ ፍላትነሱ ደግሞ ጥቅሙ ምንድነው ላል so that should be D to maximize surface area for light absorption. Means that the flatness shape increase the surface exposed to light and enhancing photosynthesis. Question number 17. What is the primary role of photosynthetic pigment in plant? እጽዋቶች ውስጥ photosynthetic pigment ስራው የመጀመሪያው ስራ ምንድን ነው? So that should be absorb light energy. Means that photosynthetic pigments absorb light energy, which is essential for photosynthesis. Question number 18. Which pigment is found in all plant, algae and cyanobacteria? የትኛው ፒግመንት ነው ሁሉም እጽዋቶች ውስጥ አልጌና ሳይኖባክቴሪያ ውስጥ የሚገኝ ይላል? So that should be C, chlorophyll A. chlorophyll A የምንለው ሁሉም እጽዋቶች ውስጥ ይገኛል፣ እንደዛውም አልጌና ሳይኖባክቴሪያ ውስጥ ይገኛል ማለት ነው። Means that chlorophyll A is primary pigment found in all plant and algae and also cyanobacteria. Question number 19. Which of the following is the function of carotenoid in photosynthesis? ከሚከተሉት የካሮቲኖይድ ስራ photosynthesis ውስጥ የሆነው የትኛው ይላል? So that should be B, C. That should be C. Absorb light energy and pass to the chlorophyll. Means that carotenoid acts as accessory pigment, passing absorbed light to energy to chlorophyll. Question number 20. Which pigment is found only in green algae and plant? የትኛው ፒግመንት ግሪን አልጌና እጽዋቶች ብቻ ውስጥ የሚገኝ ፒግመንት የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be B, chlorophyll B. Means that chlorophyll B is found only in green algae and plants. ስለዚህ chlorophyll B የምንላቸው ግሪን አልጌና እጽዋቶች ፕላንቶች ውስጥ ብቻ ይገኛል ማለት ነው። Question number 21. What is the significance of porphyry ring in chlorophyll? Chlorophyll used your porphyry ring significance. So that should be D. It gains or loses electrons. Means that the porphyry ring in chlorophyll allow for transfer of energized electrons essential for photosynthesis. Question number 22. Which wavelengths of light does chlorophyll A absorb most effectively? በአብዛኛው chlorophyll A የትኛው light wavelength absorb ያደርጋል ይላል? Mostly. So that should be D. Violet blue and reddish orange red. Chlorophyll A absorb light most effectively in violet blue and reddish orange red wavelength. Question number 23. Which one of the following show why do leaves appear green? ከሚከተሉት ቅጠል አረንጓዴ መሆኑን የሚያሳይ የትኛው ነው ይላል? ወይ ምክንያቱ ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be B. Chlorophyll pigment reflect green light. Means that leaves appear green because chlorophyll does not absorb green light, it is reflect it. Question number 22. What type of pigment is photosynthesis and where it is commonly found? photosynthesis pigment የምንለው ምን አይነት ፒግመንት ነው? እንደዛው የት ይገኛል? የትኛው እጽዋቶች ውስጥ ይገኛል? So that should be A. It is a type of pigment carotenoid and found in brown algae and diatoms. Photosynthesis is a carotenoid pigment found in brown algae and diatoms. Question number 25. What is the absorption range of chlorophyll B? chlorophyll B absorb የሚያደርገው light ምን አይነት light or wavelength ነው ይላል? So that should be B, blue and yellow. Means that chlorophyll B absorb mostly blue and yellow lights. Question number 26. Which pigment were water soluble and which pigment are water soluble and found in stroma of the chloroplast? ከሚከተሉት ፒግመንት ውሃ ውስጥ የሚማመውና ስትሮማ የክሎሮፕላስት ስትሮማ ክሎሮፕላስት ውስጥ የሚገኝ የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C. phycobilins. Phycobilins are water soluble pigment found in stroma of chloroplast. ስለዚህ phycobilins የምንላቸው ፒግመንት ውሃ ውስጥ ይማማል soluble ይሆናል ማለት ነው። የክሎሮፕላስት ስትሮማ ውስጥ ይገኛል ማለት ነው እንደዛው። Question number 27. What is the advantage of having multiple type of pigment in photosynthetic organism? photosynthetic organismoች ብዙ ፒግመንት ማኖራቸው ጥቅሙ ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be A. To absorb different wavelengths. Means that multiple pigment allow photosynthetic organism to capture more solar energy by absorbing different or broader range of wavelengths of light. Question number 28. Which pigment contain porphyry ring? የትኛው ፒግመንት ፕሮፋይል ሪንግ በውስጡ ይዛል ይላል so that should be C chlorophyll means that chlorophyll contain porphyrin ring that plays a crucial role in photosynthesis by transferring energized electrons. Question number 29. Which pigment is responsible for the red, orange and yellow colors in plants? የትኛው ፒግመንት ሬድ ኦሬንጅ እና የሎ ከለር እጽዋቶች እንዲኖራቸው ሪስፖንሲብል ያለው የትኛው ፒግመንት ነው ይላል እንዲኖራቸው so that should be C carotenoids means that carotenoids are responsible for red orange and yellow colors in plants and help them in light absorption ስለዚህ ካሮቲኖይዶች አንድ እጽዋት ቅጠል የሎ ከለር ኦሬንጅ እና ሬድ ከለር እንዲኖራቸው ያደርጋል እነኚህ ከለሮች ደግሞ የተለያዩ ላይት አብዞርፕሽን ይጠቅማሉ ማለት ነው question number 30 what is the primary function of Calvin cycle in photosynthesis photosynthesis ውስጥ ዋነኛው የካልቪን ሳይክል ስራው ምንድነው ይላል so that should be B fix carbon dioxide into sugar means that the primary function of Calvin cycle is to fix carbon dioxide into organic molecules especially sugar or glucose. Question number 31 which pigment is found only in photosynthetic members of chromista and dinoflagellates ከሚከተሉት ፒግመንቶች ፎቶሲንቴቲክ ሜምበር ክሮሚስታ እና ዳይኖፍሌትስ ብቻ ውስጥ የሚገኝ ፒግመንት የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be C chlorophyll C means that chlorophyll C is found only in photosynthetic members of chromista and dinoflagellates. Question number 32 what wavelengths of light do carotenoids absorb most effectively carotenoids በአብዛኛው አብዞርብ የሚያደርጋቸው የትኛው ላይት ዌቭሌንግዝ ነው ይላል so that should be B blue and green means that carotenoid absorb blue and green wavelengths effectively and transfer energy to chlorophyll. Question number 33 which pigment is found in cyanobacteria and red algae የትኛው ፒግመንት cyanobacteria እና red algae ውስጥ ይገኛል ይላል so that should be A phycobilins means that phycobilins are found in cyanobacteria and red algae and aiding in light absorption. Question number 34 where do light dependent reaction take place within the chloroplast chloroplast ውስጥ light dependent ፀሐይ ብርሃን የሚጠቀም reaction የት ቦታ chloroplast ውስጥ የት ቦታ ይካሄዳል ይላል so that should be B thylakoid membrane means that light dependent reaction take place in thylakoid membrane of the chloroplast where light is absorbed and converted to chemical energy. Question number 35 which molecule acts as an electron acceptor during light dependent reaction ከመከተሉት molecule በኤሌክትሮን በላይት ዲፔንደንት ሪአክሽን ጊዜ ኤሌክትሮን አክሴፕት የሚያደርገው የትኛው ሞለኪውል ይላል so that should be A NADP plus means that NADP plus acts as an electron acceptor during light reaction from NADPH. Question number 36 what is the primary function of light dependent reaction የላይት ዲፔንደንት ሪአክሽን ዋነኛው ስራው የመጀመሪያው ስራ ምንድነው ይላል so that should be A to convert solar energy into chemical energy means that light dependent reaction capture solar energy and convert it into chemical energy stored in ATP and NADPH. Question number 37 in non-cyclic photophosphorylation which photosystem absorb light for shorter wavelengths that is less than 680 nanometer non-cyclic photophosphorylation ውስጥ የትኛው ፎቶ ሲስተም ላይትን ከ680 ናኖሜትር በታች ያለው ዌቭሌንግዝ አብዞርብ የሚያደርገው የትኛው ፎቶ ሲስተም ነው ይላል so that should be B photosystem 2 means that photosystem 2 absorb light of shorter wavelengths than 680 nanometer in non-cyclic photosynthesis. Question number 38. Which process generate ATP using proton gradient across thylakoid membrane? የትኛው ፕሮሰስ ATP ጀነሬት የሚያደርገው proton gradient across thylakoid membrane ጊዜ ATP ጀነሬት የሚያደርገው ፕሮሰስ የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A, chemoosmosis. Means that ATP is generated using proton gradient across thylakoid membrane through process of chemoosmosis. Question number 39. What is the role of water in light dependent reaction? በላይት ዲፔንዳንት ሪአክሽን ውስጥ የውሃ ዋነኛው ጥቅም ወይ ስራው ምንድነው ላል? So that should be C, to provide electrons and protons. Means that water is split during light dependent reaction to provide electron and protons needed for reaction. Question number 40. What happens to electrons that are excited and escape from chlorophyll molecule in photosystem 2? በphotosystem 2 ውስጥ ኤሌክትሮኖች ኤግዛይትድ ሆነው ከክሎሮፊል ሲወጡ ወይ ኤስኬፕ ሲሆኑ ምን ይከናወናል ወይ ምን ይፈጠራል? So that should be D, they are passed along electron transport chain. በዛ ጊዜ በኤሌክትሮን ትራንስፖርት ቼን ፓስድ ወይ ይተላለፋሉ ማለት ነው። The excited electrons from the chlorophyll in photosynthesis 2 are transferred to electron transport chain. Question number 41. What drives ATP synthesis of ATP in light dependent reaction? ATP እንዲመረት ድራይቭ የሚያደርገው light dependent reaction ውስጥ ምንድነው ላል? So that should be D, the accumulation of protons inside thylakoid. Means that the accumulation of protons inside the thylakoid create proton gradient that drives synthesis of ATP via chemoosmosis. Question number 42. Which molecule acts as versatile energy currency of ATP during light dependent reaction? በላይት ዲፔንደንት ሪአክሽን ውስጥ ጊዜ የትኛው ሞሌኩል እንደ ኤነርጂ ካረንሲ ወይ ደግሞ ሴሎች የሚጠቀሙ ኤነርጂ የትኛው ነው ላል? So that should be B, ATP. ATP serves as versatile energy currency of a cell, provide energy necessary for various cellular respiration. Question number 43. Which electron transport chain carriers is the last in chain before electrons reach photosystem? በኤሌክትሮን ትራንስፖርት ቼን carrier ጊዜ ኤሌክትሮን ፎቶሲስተም 1 ሪች ሲያደርጉ ላስት ቼኑ ቢፎር ላስት ቼን ሳይደርስ ምን ይፈጥራል? So that should be የትኛው ኤሌክትሮን carrier ላይ so that should be plastokinin. So plastokinin or PC is the last carrier in electron transport chain before electron reach photosystem 1. ስለዚህ ኤሌክትሮን ኬረሮች ፎቶሲስተም 1 ሳይደርሱ ኤሌክትሮን ትራንስፖርት ቼን ውስጥ ፕላስቶካይኒን ይባላሉ ማለት ነው። Question number 44. During cyclic photophosphorylation electron from photosystem 1 are. ስለዚህ በሳይክሊክ ፎስፎሪሌሽን ውስጥ ኤሌክትሮኖች ፎቶሲስተም 1 ውስጥ ምን ይሆናሉ ይላል? So that should be A, return to photosystem 1. Means that in cyclic photophosphorylation electrons are returned to photosystem 1 reaction center, creating cyclic flow that generate ATP. Question number 45. What is the role of NADPH produced in light dependent reaction? By light dependent reaction produced NADPH role ወይ ስራው ምንድነው ላል? So the answer should be A, provide reducing power for Calvin cycle. Means that NADPH acts as a source of electrons and provide reducing power needed for Calvin cycle to fix carbon dioxide into glucose. Question number 46. What are the product of non-cyclic phosphorylation? non-cyclic phosphorylation product የሆኑ የትኞቹ ናቸው ላል? So that should be B, ATP and NADPH. Means that non-cyclic phosphorylation produce both ATP and NADPH which are used in Calvin cycle. Question number 47. Which process occurs in stroma of chloroplast? የትኛው process የchloroplast stroma ውስጥ ይካሄዳል ይላል። So that should be C. Calvin cycle. Means that Calvin cycle or light independent reaction occurs in stroma of chloroplast. It is where carbon dioxide is fixed into sugar. Question number 48. Which part of chloroplast contain enzyme ATP synthesis? የትኛው chloroplast ውስጥ የትኛው part ATP synthesis enzyme ይይዛል ይላል። ያለው የትኛው part ናል? So that should be A. Thylakoid membrane. Means that the enzyme ATP synthesis is located in thylakoid membrane and is responsible for synthesizing ATP. Question number 49. How is proton gradient created during light dependent reaction? በላይት ዲፔንደንት ሪአክሽን ፕሮቶን ግሬዲየንት እንዴት ክሬትድ ወይ እንዴት ይፈጠራሉ ይላል። So that should be B. Protons are pumped from the stroma into thylakoid lumen. Means that during light dependent reaction protons are pumped from the stroma to the thylakoid lumen, creating proton gradient. Question number 50. Which of the following is not product of light dependent reaction of photosynthesis? ከሚከተሉት የላይት ዲፔንደንት ሪአክሽን photosynthesis product ያልሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be D. Glucose. Means that the light dependent reaction produce NADPH, ATP and oxygen, and glucose is the product of Calvin cycle in light independent reaction. Question number 51. Which enzyme is responsible for fixing carbon dioxide in Calvin cycle? በካልቪን ሳይክል ጊዜ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ፊክስ ለማድረግ የሚጠቅመው ኤንዛይም የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be A. Ribulose biphosphate carboxylase. Means that ribulose biphosphate carboxylase or ribosco is an enzyme that is responsible for fixing carbon dioxide in Calvin cycle by catalyzing the first step of carbon fixation. Question number 52. What is the first stable product formed during Calvin cycle in carbon 3 plant? በካልቪን ሳይክል ጊዜ ካርበን 3 እጽዋቶች የሚያመርቱት first stable product የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be C. 3-phosphoglyceric acid compound. Means that the first stable product formed during Calvin cycle in carbon 3 plant is 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-PGA. Question number 53. In which stage of Calvin cycle is ATP utilized to convert 3-phosphoglyceric acid into glycerol aldehyde 3-phosphate? ስለዚህ በየትኛው ካልቪን ሳይክል ATP በማጠቀም 3-phosphoglyceric acid ወደ ግሊሰራል አልዳይድ 3-phosphate የሚቀይረው የትኛው ስቴጅ ላይ ነው ይላል። So that should be B. Reduction. Means that during reduction stage ATP and NADPH are used to convert 3-phosphoglyceric acid into glycerol aldehyde 3-phosphate. Question number 54. What is the regenerated in final stage of Calvin cycle to allow cycle to continue? በካልቪን ሳይክል ስቴጅ መጨረሻ ላይ የሚፈጠረውና መልሶ ሳይክሉ እንዲቀጥል የሚያደርገው የትኛው ነው ይላል። So that should be D. Ribulose biphosphate. Means that in the final stage of Calvin cycle ribulose biphosphate or ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is regenerated to allow cycle to continue. Question number 55. Which type of plant fix carbon dioxide into carbon 4 compound in mesophily cells? በካርበን እጽዋቶች ካርበን ዳይኦክሳይድ ፊክስ የሚያደርጉበት ወደ ካርበን 4 ኮምፓውንድ ፊክስ የሚያደርጉበት ጊዜ ሜሶፊሊ ሴል ውስጥ ፊክስ የሚያደርጉት የትኛው የእጽዋቶች አይነት ነው ይላል። So that should be D. Both carbon 4 and the CAM plants. Means that both carbon 4 and the CAM plants initially fix carbon dioxide into 4 carbon compound in mesophily cells. Question number 56. Which type of plants open their stomata at night and close stomata during the day to minimize water loss? የውሃ water loss minimize ለማድረግ የነሱን ስቶማታ ማታ ማታ የሚከፍቱና ቀን ቀን የሚዘጉ እጽዋቶች አይነት የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል። so that should be C, can plants. Means that can plants open their stomata at night to minimize water loss and close them during the day to conserve water. Question number 57. In which type of plant is photorespiration most commonly found? Photorespiration በአብዛኛው የሚገኘው የትኛው አይነት የእጽዋቶች ውስጥ ነው ይላል። so that should be C, carbon 3 plants. Means that photorespiration is most commonly found in carbon 3 plants and is significantly reduced in carbon 4 and carbon can plants. ስለዚህ በአብዛኛው photorespiration carbon 3 እጽዋቶች ውስጥ ይገኛል። carbon 4 እና carbon can plants ውስጥ በጣም reduced የሆነ በትንሹ ነው በትንሹ ይገኛል ማለት ነው። Question number 58. What is the first product of carbon fixation in carbon 4 plant? Carbon 4 እጽዋቶች ውስጥ carbon fixation first product ምን ይባላል? so that should be B, oxaloacetic acid. Means that the first product of carbon fixation in carbon 4 plant is oxaloacetic acid, which is converted to other compound before entering Calvin cycle. Question number 59. Which one of the following is primary substrate for photorespiration? ከሚከተሉት ለፎቶሬስፒሬሽን የመጀመሪያ ሰብስትሬት የሚባሉት የትኛው ነው ይላል። so that should be D, glycolate. Means that glycolate is the primary substrate for photorespiration. ስለዚህ glycolate የፎቶሬስፒሬሽን primary substrate ነው ማለት ነው። Question number 60. What are the high energy bond in ATP? ATP ውስጥ የሚገኙ high energy bond የሚባሉት የትኛው ቦንድ ነው ይላል። so that should be A, phosphoanhydride bond. Means that the high energy bond in ATP are called phosphoanhydride bond, which is release energy when broken. Question number 61. Where does cellular respiration occur in eukaryotic cell? eukaryotic ሴሎች ውስጥ cellular respiration የት ቦታ ይከናወናል ወይ ይካሄዳል ይላል። so that should be B, mitochondria. Means that cellular respiration occur in the mitochondria of cellular eukaryotic cell. Question number 62. Which process release carbon from organic compound as carbon dioxide but does not produce ATP? የትኛው ፕሮሰስ የትኛው ሂደት ውስጥ ካርበን ከካርበን ኦርጋኒክ ኮምፓውንድ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ሪሊዝ የሚያደርግ ፕሮሰስ እና ATP የማይመርት ሂደት የትኛው ነው ይላል። so that should be C, photorespiration. Means that photorespiration involves oxidation of organic compound by oxygen in presence of light, releasing carbon dioxide without producing ATP. ስለዚህ photorespiration የምንለው ኦርጋኒክ ኮምፓውንድ በኦክሲጅን እና ላይት ባለበት ኦክሲዳይዝ በማድረግ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ይለቃል፣ ግን ATP አያመርትም ማለት ነው። Question number 63. During which process ATP is generated in cellular respiration? የትኛው ከሚከተሉት የትኛው ሂደት ውስጥ ATP generated ይሆናል ከcellular respiration ውስጥ ይላል። so that should be A, glycolysis. Means that ATP is generated during cellular respiration, particularly in processes like glycolysis and oxidative phosphorylation. Question number 64. What is the significance of photorespiration in carbon 4 and can plant? Photorespiration carbon 4 እና can plant ውስጥ ምን ይመስላል ይላል። so that should be C, it is significantly reduced. Means that photorespiration is significantly reduced in carbon 4 and carbon can plants, allowing them to avoid wasteful process. Question number 65. In which process ribulose biphosphate combined with oxygen instead of carbon dioxide? የትኛው ሂደት ውስጥ ribulose biphosphate ከኦክሲጅን ጋራ ኮምባይን ያደርጋል የካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ቦታ ይላል። so the answer will be B, photorespiration. Means that ribosco combines with oxygen instead of carbon dioxide during photorespiration, leads to oxidation of ribulose biphosphate and releasing carbon dioxide. Question number 66. Why is photorespiration considered as wasteful process? Photorespiration lemon wasteful process ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል. So that should be A. It releases carbon dioxide without producing ATP. Means that photorespiration is considered as wasteful process because it releases carbon dioxide without producing ATP, thus not contributing cell energy. ስለዚህ photorespiration wasteful process የሚባልበት ምክንያት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ይለቃል ማለት ነው። ATP ስለማይመርት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ብቻ ስለሚለቅ ለሴሎች ኤነርጂ ስለማይመርት wasteful process ተብሎ ይታወቃል ማለት ነው። Question number 67. What is released when phosphate group is removed from ATP? phosphate ግሩፖች ከATP removed ሲሆኑ ምን ይለቀቃል ይላል? So that should be D. Energy. Means that when phosphate group is removed from ATP, energy is released which can be used for cellular respiration or cellular activity. Question number 68. Which one of the following show how ATP is converted to ADP? ከሚከተሉት ATP ወደ ADP converted ሲሆን የሚያሳየው ደግሞ እንዴት ATP ወደ ADP converted ይሆናል የሚገልጽ ይሆናል. So that should be C. By removing phosphate group. Means that ATP is converted to ADP by removing phosphate group, releasing energy in a process. Question number 69. What is the primary role of ATP in cellular activity? በcellular activity ውስጥ የATP የመጀመሪያው ስራው ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be B. Acts as an energy carrier. Means that ATP acts as an energy carrier, storing and providing energy for various cellular activity. Question number 70. Which of the following best describe carbon dioxide compensation point? Point at which ከሚከተሉት ስለ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮምፐንሴሽን ፖይንት በደንብ የሚገልጽ የትኛው ነው ይላል? ሶ ኮምፐንሴሽን ፖይንት ማለት የትኛው ይላል? ሶ that should be D. Carbon dioxide uptake equal to carbon dioxide release. Means that carbon dioxide compensation point is a point at which rate of carbon dioxide uptake equal to the rate of carbon dioxide release. ስለዚህ የካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮምፐንሴሽን ፖይንት የሚገልጽ የትኛው ነው ባለምነው? ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮምፐንሴሽን ፖይንት ማለት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ አፕቴክ እና ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ሪሊዝ እኩል የሚሆንበት ፖይንት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮምፐንሴሽን ፖይንት ተብሎ ይታወቃል ማለት ነው። Question number 71. What type cycle is glycolate pathway also known as? Glycolate pathway የምንለው ምን አይነት ሳይክል ወይ ደግሞ ምን ሳይክል ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል? So that should be C. Carbon to photorespiratory. Means that the glycolate pathway is also known as carbon to photorespiratory carbon oxidation cycle. Question number 72. Which phase of cellular respiration produce the most ATP? cellular respiration phases ውስጥ በአብዛኛው ATP የሚመርት የትኛው ፕሮሰስ ነው ይላል? የትኛው ፌስ ላይ ነው ይላል? So that should be C. Electron transport chain. Means that the electron transport chain produce most ATP during cellular respiration. Question number 73. Which one of the following happen during pyruvate oxidation? ከሚከተሉት በpyruvate oxidation የሚከናወን የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A. Pyruvate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A. Means that during pyruvate oxidation, pyruvate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A, which is enters Krebs cycle. Question number 74. What is the role of NAD plus in glycolysis process? ስለዚህ በግላይኮላይሲስ ፕሮሰስ ወይ ሂደት ውስጥ የNAD plus ስራው ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be B. Accept electrons and become NADH. Means that NAD plus acts as an electron acceptor during glycolysis, becoming NADH. ስለዚህ በግላይኮላይሲስ ውስጥ ኤሌክትሮኖችን አክሴፕት የሚያደርግ NAD plus ነው ማለት ነው። NAD ኤሌክትሮኖች አክሴፕት ካደረገ በኋላ NADH ይሆናል ማለት ነው። Question number 75. What happens to NADH and FADH2 produced during glycolysis and the Krebs cycle? By glycolysis እና በክሬብስ ሳይክል የተመረቱ NADH እና FADH2 ምን ይሆናሉ ይላል? So that should be B. The inter electron transport chain. Means that NADH and FADH2 produced during glycolysis and the Krebs cycle enter electron transport chain to produce ATP. Question number 76. Which molecule is released as a byproduct during conversion of pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A? ስለዚህ pyruvate ወደ acetyl coenzyme A convert የሚያደርግበት ጊዜ የትኛው molecule in the byproduct ይለቀቃል ይላል? So that should be D, carbon dioxide. Means that carbon dioxide is released as a byproduct during conversion of pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A. Question number 77. Which molecule is essential for oxidative phosphorylation to occur? Oxidative phosphorylation እንዲፈጠር የሚያስፈልግ molecule የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, oxygen. Means that oxygen is essential for oxidative phosphorylation to occur as final electron acceptor. Question number 78. What drives ATP synthesis to generate ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate? ስለዚህ የትኛው ATP synthesis ድራይቭ የሚያደርጉ ATP ከADP እና ከፎስፌት ግሩፕ inorganic phosphate group እንዲፈጠር የሚያደርገው ድራይቭ የሚያደርግ የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A, the diffusion of protons. Means that the diffusion of protons across membrane create electrochemical potential difference that drives ATP synthesis to generate ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. Question number 79. How many NADH molecule are produced from one glucose molecule during complete breakdown of cellular respiration? ስንት NADH ከዋን ሞሌኩል ዋን ግሉኮስ ሞሌኩል ኮምፕሊት ሴሉላር ሪስፓይሬሽን ውስጥ ሙሉ በሙሉ ግሉኮስ ሴሉላር ሪስፓይሬሽን ውስጥ ኮምፕሊት ዳይጀስት ሲሆን ሲሰባበር ስንት NADH ይመረታሉ ይላል? So that should be A, 10 NADH. Means that total of 10 NADH molecule are produced from one glucose molecule during cellular respiration. ስለዚህ በሴሉላር ሪስፓይሬሽን ጊዜ ከአንድ ግሉኮስ ሞሌኩል 10 NADH ሞሌኩሎች ይመረታሉ ማለት ነው። Question number 80. Which of the following can be used by cellular respiration to make ATP? ከሚከተሉት በሴሉላር ሪስፓይሬሽን ውስጥ ATP ለማምረት የሚጠቅም የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be D, all of the above. Means that fats, proteins and carbohydrates can all be used by cellular respiration to produce or to make ATP. Question number 81. Which of the following molecule is regenerated at the end of Krebs cycle to start the cycle again? ከሚከተሉት ሞሌኩሎች መልሶ ሪጀነሬትድ ክሬብስ ሳይክል መጨረሻ ላይ ሪጀነሬትድ በመሆን ሳይክሉ ተመልሶ ሪስታርት እንዲሆን የሚያደርግ ሞሌኩል የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, oxaloacetate. Means that oxaloacetate is regenerated at the end of Krebs cycle to start cycle again. Question number 82. What create electrochemical potential difference across inner mitochondrial membrane during cellular respiration? በሴሉላር ሪስፓይሬሽን ጊዜ ኢነር ማይቶኮንድሪያ ውስጥ ኤሌክትሮኬሚካል ፖቴንሻል ዲፍረንስ እንዲፈጠር የሚያደርገው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be B, the transport of electrons through electron transport chain. Means that the transport of electrons through electron transport chain causes protons to pump it out and create electrochemical potential difference. Question number 83. Which stage of cellular respiration occurs in mitochondrial matrix? ከሚከተሉት cellular respiration ውስጥ stage ውስጥ mitochondrial matrix ውስጥ የሚከናወን የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, Krebs cycle. Means that the Krebs cycle, also known as citric acid cycle, occurs in mitochondrial matrix. Question number 84. Which one of the following is not product of glycolysis? ከሚከተሉት የግላይኮላይሲስ ፕሮዳክት ያልሆነ የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be D, FADH2. Means that FADH2 is not produced during glycolysis. It is produced in Krebs cycle. ስለዚህ FADH2 የምንለው በግላይኮላይሲስ ጊዜ አይመረትም ማለት ነው። በክሬብስ ሳይክል ጊዜ ነው የሚመረተው። Question number 85. What are the final product of aerobic cellular respiration? ስለዚህ በኤሮቢክ ሴሉላር ሬስፓይሬሽን ውስጥ የፋይናል የመጨረሻ ፕሮዳክት የምንላቸው የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል so that should be a carbon dioxide water and ATP means that the final product of aerobic cellular respiration are carbon dioxide water and ATP. Question number 86 how many molecules of carbon dioxide are produced for each molecule of glucose in Krebs cycle ስለዚህ ስንት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይዶች ከእያንዳንዱ ሞለኪውል ኦፍ ግሉኮስ ላይ Krebs cycle ውስጥ የሚመረተው ስንት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ነው ከእያንዳንዱ ግሉኮስ ይላል so that should be B for carbon dioxide means that the Krebs cycle produce 4 carbon dioxide molecule of carbon dioxide for each molecule glucose and it occurs in matrix of mitochondria. Question number 87 how many molecule of ATP are produced from one molecule of glucose during cellular respiration በሴሉላር ሬስፓይሬሽን ውስጥ ስንት ATP ሞለኪውሎች ከአንድ ግሉኮስ ሞለኪውሎች ስንት ATP ሞለኪውሎች ይመረታሉ ይላል so that should be D38 ATP means that a total of 38 ATP molecules are produced from one glucose molecule during cellular respiration. Question number 88 during which stage of cellular respiration is majority of NADPH produced የትኛው cellular respiration ውስጥ በአብዛኛው NADPH ይመረታል ይላል so that should be B Krebs cycle means that the majority of NADH is produced during Krebs cycle ስለዚህ አብዛኛው NADH የሚመረተው በክሬብስ ሳይክል ውስጥ ነው ማለት ነው question number 89 during glycolysis how many molecule of ATP are produced in energy liberation phase ስለዚህ በአጠቃላይ በግላይኮላይሲስ ውስጥ ስንት ATP በአጠቃላይ ይመረታሉ ይላል so that should be C for ATP means that during energy liberation phase of glycolysis a total of 4 ATP molecule are produced. Question number 90 how many turns of Krebs cycle are needed to complete or oxidize one molecule of glucose ስለዚህ ስንት Krebs ሳይክሎች አንድ molecule of glucose ሙሉ በሙሉ ኦክሲዳይዝ ለማድረግ ስንት ሳይክል Krebs ሳይክሎች ያስፈልጋሉ ይላል ስንት ተርኖች ያስፈልጋሉ ይላል so that should be B2 means that 2 turns of Krebs cycle are needed to complete one molecule of glucose as a glucolysis produce 2 pyruvate molecules from one glucose molecule. Question number 91 where does glycolysis occur within the cell glycolysis cell ውስጥ የት ቦታ ይካሄዳል ይላል so that should be B cytosol means that glycolysis occur in cytosol of the cell where glucose is break down into pyruvate ስለዚህ glycolysis cytosol የሴሎች cytosol ውስጥ ይከናወናል እሱም ግሉኮስ ወደ pyruvate converted ይሆናል ማለት ነው ወይ ደግሞ ተሰባብሮ ወደ converted pyruvate ይቀየራል question number 92 what is the purpose of fermentation in absence of oxygen የፈርመንቴሽን ጥቅም ኦክሲጅን በሌለበት ጥቅሙ ምንድነው ይላል so that should be C to generate NAD plus means that the purpose of fermentation is to regenerate NAD plus from the NADH allowing glycolysis to continue in the absence of oxygen ስለዚህ የፈርመንቴሽን ጥቅም በግላይኮላይሲስ ውስጥ ኦክሲጅን በሌለበት NAD plus እንዲመረትና ከNADH NAD plus እንዲመረትና ግላይኮላይሲስ ፕሮሰስ እንዲቀጥል ለማድረግ ነው ማለት ነው question number 93 which of the following is function of Krebs cycle ከመከተሉት የክሬብስ ሳይክል ስራ የሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be D generate NADH ATP እና FADH2 ስለዚህ የክሬብስ ሳይክል ስራው ሃይ ኤነርጂ ሞለኪውሎችን ለማምረት ነው ማለት ነው እነዚህም NADH ATP እና FADH2 ናቸው ማለት ነው እነሱም ኤሌክትሮን ትራንስፖርት ውስጥ የሚጠቅሙ ናቸው question number 94 where does electron transport chain occur electron transport chain የት ይከናወናል ይላል so that should be C inner mitochondrial membrane means that the electron transport chain occurs in inner mitochondrial membrane where proton gradients are generated. Question number 95. Which of the following process break down fatty acid into 2 carbon fragments that enter citric acid cycle? ከሚከተሉት ሂደቶች ፋቲ አሲድ በማሰባበር ወደ 2 ካርበን ፍራግመንት የሚቀይርና እነሱ ደግሞ ሲትሪክ አሲድ ሳይክል እንዲገቡ የሚያደርግ የትኛው ፕሮሰስ ነው ይላል? So the answer be B, beta oxidation. Means that beta oxidation break down fatty acid into 2 carbon fragments that enter citric acid cycle. Question number 96. Which of the following statement is true about fat as energy source? ከሚከተሉት ሄደ አረፍተ ነገሮች ስለ ፋት ኤነርጂ ሶርስ ትክክለኛ የሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So the answer should be fat produce more ATP than carbohydrate. Means that fat produce more ATP per gram compared to carbohydrate. ስለዚህ ፋቶችን ጮማ ካርቦሃይድሬት ጋር አነጻጽረን ስናየው እነሱ የሚያመርቱ ፕሮዲዩስ የሚያደርጉ ATP ከካርቦሃይድሬት ይበልጣል ማለት ነው። Question number 97. How do facultative aerobes like yeast respond to an absence of oxygen? facultative aerobes የምንላቸው yeast የሚመሳሰሉት በabsence of oxygen ምን ያመርታሉ ይላል? So the answer should be C, they undergo alcoholic fermentation. Means that facultative aerobes like yeast undergo alcoholic fermentation in absence of oxygen. Question number 98. Which factor is used to measure the rate of fermentation in yeast experiment? ስለዚህ በየስት ኤክስፔሪመንት ጊዜ ፈርመንቴሽን ሬቱን ሜጀር የምናደርግበት ፋክተር የትኛው ነው ይላል? So the answer should be A, carbon dioxide production. ስለዚህ carbon dioxide is commonly used to measure the rate of fermentation in yeast experiment. ስለዚህ በየስት ኤክስፔሪመንት ውስጥ የፈርመንቴሽን ሬት የምንሰፍርበት ሜጀር የምናደርግበት ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ፕሮዳክሽን ተጠቅመን ነው ማለት ነው። Question number 99. What type of fermentation do muscle cell undergo during intense exercise? በስፖርት ጊዜ ኢንተንስ ኤክሰርሳይዝ ውስጥ ጊዜ የትኛው ፈርመንቴሽን አይነት መስል ሴሎች ያካሂዳሉ ይላል? So the answer be B, lactic acid fermentation. Means that muscle cell undergo lactic acid or lactate fermentation during intense exercise to generate NAD+. Question number 100. What is the primary waste product extracted from animal as a result of deamination? በዲአሚኔሽን ፕሮሰስ ከአኒማል ኤክስትሪት የሚመረት waste product ምን ይባላል ይላል? So that should be C, urea. Means that the primary waste product extracted from animal as a result of deamination is urea. Question number 102. Which substrate is used in all fermentation tubes in experiments to investigate fermentation rate? ከሚከተሉት ሰብስትሬት እንደ ሁሉም ፈርመንቴሽን ውስጥ እንደ ሰብስትሬት ተጠቅመን ኤክስፔሪሜንቱን ፈርመንቴሽን ሬት ኢንቨስቲጌት የምናደርግበት የትኛው ሰብስትሬት እንጠቀማለን ይላል? So that should be B, glucose. Means that glucose is used as substrate in all fermentation tubes in experiment. Question number 102. What is the final electron acceptor in electron transport chain during cellular respiration? በሴሉላር ሬስፒሬሽን ውስጥ የመጨረሻ ኤሌክትሮን አክሴፕተር የሚባለው ሞለኪውል የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A, oxygen. Means that oxygen is the final electron acceptor in electron transport chain during cellular respiration. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget like, subscribe, share, comment Aliyi Science YouTube channel. ይሄንን ቪዲዮ ስላዳመጣችሁ እጅግ አድርገን ነው የማመሰግናችሁ። ይሄንን ቪዲዮ ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ያላደረጋችሁ ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ Aliyi Science YouTube channel ጎን ሁኑ። እንደዛውም ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቴሌግራም ግሩፕ ካላችሁ ቴሌግራም ግሩፕ ላይ ሼር ማድረጉ እንዳትረሱ። እንደዛውም ለእናንተ ጓደኞች ለዘመድ ለክላስ ግሩፓችሁ ላይ ሼር ማድረጉ እንዳትረሱ። ሐሳብ ካላችሁ ኮሜንት ካላችሁ ኮሜንት ስር ጻፉልኝ። Until I come back with other tutorial video, good time for you. ሌላ ጊዜ ሌላ ቪዲዮ ቱቶሪያል ቪዲዮ ይቀርብ ድረስ መልካም ጊዜ ይሁንላችሁ። ቻሬ ገጥማችሁ። Thank you. Welcome back again.